Hello, my name is Sean Ennis from Ennis Management, and thank you for joining me here on the Creative Collective. And today I'm honored to be joined by a very special musician, up and coming independent artist, songwriter, and producer from Atlanta, Georgia, Cherry Gotbarz.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
So, talk to me about the Atlanta music scene.
Oh, music scene is just it's a big scene here. So I think, the only thing I like about Atlanta music scene is they're very, as artists, we support each other here. Like, a lot of other cities I've been to, they're not very supportive of each other. They don't help each other out. In Atlanta, the artists support, and the DJ, like everyone just supports each other. And that's the thing that I love about the Atlanta music scene. It's like a brotherhood, sisterhood type thing.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's really added to sort of the special run of dominance that Atlanta has had for the past 10, 15 years in terms of music, is that really cohesiveness between the different artists.
Absolutely. I agree with you on that. Totally. Totally agree.
Now, you have such an interesting stage name. How did that come about?
Funny, it's a funny story because I used to be like freestyling all the time against like a lot of dudes in the street. So I was freestyling against one rapper. I don't even remember. It was so long ago. I don't remember his name. But after we got done, my name always been Cherry. Like people always been calling me Cherry for like ever. But after we got done writing, he was like rapping. He was like, "Yo, Cherry do got bars," and then that just stuck with me like forever since then. So since like 2012, it's been Cherry got bars.
Wow, that seems real organic.
Yeah. I
What?
was trying to be a battle rapper at first, and then I was kind of like, I used to just battle rap all the time, like in the streets, like just freestyle rapping people. But I never thought to take it serious until like maybe 3 years back.
And so talk to me about that process of going from freestyling as a hobby to really making that conscious decision to take it serious and pursue a music career.
I think I had to like learn the business first. Like I wasn't. I think like then I used to think it was back then. I thought it was impossible. Like I think I couldn't. I never thought I could be dropping videos and put my music on Spotify. Like I never thought that I could do that. And then when I started researching and learning the business and learning that I could do a lot of things for myself, it spiked my interest. You know what I'm saying? So like I think before just thinking that I couldn't, kind of made me not want to pursue it. But when I realized that I could do it without a label, then I kind of, like let me go ahead and get on this. This is what I like to do. I'm passionate about it. Let me try to see if I can make it happen for myself.
What genre of music do you consider your work to be?
Hip hop, definitely.
And who have been some of your major musical influences?
Sure, like yeah, Foxy Brown, Little Kim. I love Nicki Minaj too, so I can say she influenced me a lot for the last 10 years. And basically, I love Foxy Brown and Little Kim, so I don't know. When I was younger, I didn't really like hip hop, like rap music. I was more like into R&B. So when I did listen to rap music, it was Foxy Brown and Little Kim. That was it.
Now, those are you named some really big hip hop legends. What is it about them that that you admired or identified with?
I guess the dominance of they was sexy, but they still had they dominance. They still had like say Little Kim. She was with Junior Mafia. She was the only female Junior Mafia at the time, right? At that time. And it was just her being like the first lady, like the queen, it was her, you know what I'm saying? I think that dominance, having that dominance and that respect as a female in the industry really, it's really admiring.
What made you want to be an artist?
I think I've always been an artist my whole life. I think I was like created to be an artist. I've been doing music since I was like 12. I recorded my first song when I was 12 years old, so it's always been in me to do. And I don't know. I think I don't know. I guess I just always love it. The passionate for it. I love music.
What type of satisfaction do you get from creating music?
Oh, a lot. Like, I feel if I'm down, I can create something. If I'm happy, I can create something. Like, it makes me feel alive. I don't know. It just makes me feel like a high. I don't even know. I can't explain it. It's like a high.
And can you talk about music being a source of expression?
Of course, yeah. If I'm, as a songwriter, I base write a lot of my music off of how I feel. So if I'm sad, I can go and write a song about that. And it would resonate with someone because someone is feeling that. You feel me? Someone has that feeling. Someone in the world has that feeling. So if you write it based off your feelings, it always will be able to resonate with someone. Basically, versus writing off of what everybody else is doing,
Can you describe your first time performing?
Oh, my first time performing was horrible. It was horrible. I didn't know what to do. I had no stage performance. I stood in one spot. There was a lot of people there. I did a showcase, I think, like an artist showcase. And to me, it was horrible. If I look back at it now, it was horrible because I didn't know what I was doing. But it was a good feeling also to know that people was out in the audience and they was liking my song and liking my music. So I absolutely love performing now. Like, I love the feeling you get from performing.
So that's really interesting that your first performance, you didn't really like the outcome. So what made you want to give it another try?
Because I had to study it. Like, I had to study myself, so I would watch the videos and I would do a lot of I would do researching and try to, practice on my stage performance when I'm at home. So when I would go back and watch the videos of me performing, and I used to be like, oh my God, that is so horrible. Like, I'm not working the stage. I'm not interacting with the audience. I'm not working the crowd. So it's all trial and error. You learn. You have to learn and grow in the industry. And I think that's just part of the growth,
Can you talk about one of your earliest memories involving music?
My earliest memories, I remember recording my first song, and I was writing and recording my first song. That was I even remember the song actually. I used a Snoop Dogg beat. I can't remember the instrumental, but I used one of his instrumentals, and I wrote a song to it, and I recorded it myself, and it came out actually pretty good. I wasn't really good at mixing back then because I was 12, so I probably didn't even know nothing about mixing music, but the outcome came out very well, and I wish I could still have that song now. I don't know where it's at, but I wish I still had the recording to that song.
And was that sort of the process in your earlier stages of your music career where you were recording music over other people's songs and doing sort of remix versions of major label artist songs before you transitioned to making your own original music?
Absolutely, because I didn't, I didn't know about the program, and then I didn't learn about Fruity Loops until I was 16, 17, and then I was able to start using. I probably was 18 maybe, when I started using Fruity Loops. I didn't know about recording. I knew how to play instruments, but I never knew how to record instruments. So I didn't learn that until I was 17, 18 years old. So most of it, when I recorded my first song, it was writing songs when I was in my adolescence. It was most of the time over other artists' beats.
And so let's talk about your work as a producer. Why was it important that you learn how to produce your own music?
For me, it was important because you want to get your sound. You want to, be able to. Producing and beat making is totally different for me. It is totally different. It's a totally different thing. So producing, I had to learn how to produce my own music first before I could produce it for anybody else. Basically, I had to train my ears,
And elaborate. What's the difference between producing and beat making?
Producing, you're more like involved. So you're more involved in the recording and in the process and in the construction of the song versus beat making. Beat making, you're making beat, you make a beat and you're selling them to people. You don't even know who you're selling them with. You have no type of chemistry with the artist. You know, when you producing, you're strictly making this song, this track for this artist, and you're 100% involved in the production and the construction of the song. Beat making, you're not involved. No, you just selling the beat, giving them a beat, and that's it.
And do you enjoy more being a producer that's working closely with the artist as opposed to just making a beat and sending it off?
Yes, because when you're more involved into the song and you're more involved in the project, it's more personal. So you put a lot into it versus you just having your beat with people. You don't even know they're gonna sound good on your music. You have to have that chemistry when you're producing and you working with the artist one-on-one. You can have that chemistry. You can feel that. You can have that feeling, and it can all resonate in the music, and the artist can feel it, and so the fans will feel it. You feel me? Like, it's a feeling you get. It's a chemistry. You can't get that chemistry by just telling someone to be online you never met.
Could you describe your music making process?
As far as productions, making beats, it's just the same as how I write my music. I feel it. I just get a feeling. So if I'm feeling, I be feeling happy, I'll start making a beat that's towards that, going toward that aspect. And I'll put words to it in my head, even though that might not be the words the artist put to it. I'll put the words to it in my head, and I can come up with a beat, a nice beat for this feeling, and our beat for that feeling, a sad one. And it's not a long process, but I work off of feeling, so I can't just get in there and just start writing or making beats. I have to feel it. So when I'm in the studio and I'm with other artists and we're going over projects or what kind of ideas they have, where they're expressing to me their feelings, and then I'm trying to put their feelings into music. You get what I'm saying?
And what inspires you to make music?
Oh my God, like people, my supporters, like I love how people love seeing people's reaction to my music. I love, just love seeing people react to my music, even if it's negative, even if they say they don't like it or whatever. I just love to see the reactions of people. It's a dope feeling to have people like your music,
And that's interesting because as a artist, you're put in such a vulnerable space because you're making your art something that's very personal, and you're really putting it out on display for the world to judge. So how do you handle, let's say, negative criticism?
I just take it with, I don't listen to it, because not everybody is qualified to critique your music. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has different type of music they like. So you can't let it affect you. It's all a matter of opinion in this industry. Everything is a matter of opinion, and everybody is not qualified to critique your music. So you have to pick and choose who you take critique from. Definitely.
Absolutely. And another thing with the internet and social media, there's a real difference between a critique where I get a lot of music sent to me, and the biggest critique that I can tell an artist immediately when I hear their song is that they didn't get it mixed and mastered professionally by a top-notch engineer. So that's really a critique. But on the internet, there's a lot of people that just are really negative and say hateful things, and that's not a critique.
Yeah, that's just someone just being a hater. That's why I told a person that I had someone send me like an anonymous message or whatever, and they was like, they hated my new single and they just hated my hair. They was just going all in about what they hated about the song. And those type of things you cannot let affect you, because those people are not qualified to even tell you those type of things, because a qualified person would not tell you that. They would tell you, like you just said, you need a better mix or you need a better master. They would not critique. They would not tell you like those type of things to hurt your feelings. And some people can be, even especially on the internet, people can be mean, very mean. So you have to learn to just take the good with the bad and ignore it.
What are the main themes or topics in your music?
Topic? Well, let me see. I don't know, I be all over the place. That's how I feel. Like the Go Shawty song, I did a club. That's like a club song, and I did that because I felt like it was the time right now. Because Atlanta, we're doing Freaknik into like next month, so that's a big thing in Atlanta right now. And I wanted to do something for the city, so I did that. I focused on that. But normally I kind of try to market and study the market and what's going on around me in music, and then that'll be like what I promote and push as a single. But as far as any other music that I'm dropping that are not singles, I just go off of how I feel. It be all kind of topics. I might talk about love one day. I might talk about being in the hood the next day. So it's just all different variety of how I feel.
Let's talk about your new single.
Let's talk about it.
What's the title?
Go Shawty.
And talk a little bit about the creative process of that song and what the song is about.
So my producer, I had wanted to write a new single, and like I told you, I had an idea of Freaknik. I wanted a party song, a club song. So I talked to my producer. And I told him what I wanted, and he sent me like a mass selection of beats. And I went through like it took a long time just for me to get my beat selected. Like it took like a couple months for me to agree on a beat. And once I finally found the beat, I started writing the lyrics to it. And I wanted it to connect with the art, with the fans. So I had it's a part in the song where I'm like, go shorty, it's your birthday. And you remember that from 50 Cent, right?
Yes.
So I used that part in my bridge so that that could be an attention grabber for the audience, to hear. So that's something that they can relate to. They remember that. People remember that. And so I used that as my base, my foundation to construct the whole song, basically. So that Go Shawty, it's your birthday, that was the foundation of everything, the whole song. And I wrote around it, basically. And the song came out really good. Actually, it's doing really well in China, overseas. So I'm very proud of it. Very proud.
Wow, that's kind of amazing that the song is doing really well overseas and in China. And do you attribute that to the accessibility of music in the streaming and digital age of music?
Yeah, definitely. Because when I was marketing it and I was like studying the how I was gonna market it and all that extra stuff, I didn't even think about overseas. Like I don't know why. I was just trying to focus on here. And when I dropped the video, when I dropped the single, it did so good overseas. It's doing so much well overseas than it's doing here. Like over here, I think I had like 900 streams. In China, it was like 141,000. So yeah, it was just, I don't know. I should have thought about it. I didn't plan for it. But I want to say that's from streaming. I don't even know how it targeted China so well. Because I didn't plan for it. I was not planning for it. I was just trying to market. I didn't think about it. I was just marketing in the United States, and that was it. That was all I studied was the United States market. I didn't even go outside of the United States, and I should have. But now I know. I found my market, and I see where it's at. It's overseas. So now I study overseas.
And I think that's one of the things that makes now such an exciting time for musicians. With these streaming platforms and social media sites, you really get access to a wide world of fans and different audiences once you upload your songs to the different streaming platforms, Spotify, Tidal, Google Play, Apple Music. It really gives musicians access to, like you mentioned, China, overseas.
Yeah, all of those areas, everywhere.
And
But
that's
if you can't market your music in the United States, you know, you could also try overseas. You know.
and that's why I always advise artists who are unhappy with the support that they're getting in their city or their state. I just explain to them, look, right now every musician really has the potential to be a global artist. You don't
Yeah.
necessarily first need to build up a buzz in your city or state to become successful. Like you mentioned, you can market and go where your fans and where your support is coming from.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm doing. I'm planning on moving to I'm going to China for a year next year, so I'm going to go try to learn their music scene and network with their music scene there, because that's where my music is resonating well over in that area. So that's where I would take my music.
Wow, that is really exciting and really smart of you.
Yeah. So that's the next goal. We'll be in China next year for a year, and we'll be there. I'll be there for a year, studying, learning, and also networking, and doing a lot of shows.
Now, you talked about Freaknik. Now, explain for people that are not from Georgia or familiar with Freaknik in Atlanta. Explain to them what that is.
Freaknik was like a big old. It's like, I think it started in like '94. I think by college students in Atlanta. It was like a big old, just a big old party, like block party, and everybody come out. And back then we had the artists like Kilo Ali, we had Raheem the Dream, and I think that was what Atlanta. That's the tone. That's the tone for Atlanta back then, and now they're bringing it back. So as you, I don't know if you pay a lot of attention to the Atlanta music scene, but now the music scene is going backwards in Atlanta. So now a lot of artists are doing the old Atlanta music now. Now they're going back to the Raheem, the Dream, and everywhere else. So I think Freaknik was one of the, to me, a major thing for Atlanta music scene. Also, not just a big event, but it was also good for the music scene and the artists for Atlanta. But it's like a big old black block party for college students now, and they have artists now. So I think next month they're gonna have all kind of artists performing, and all the older artists of Atlanta will be performing. So it's just like now we're paying homage to the city, and it's a great event.
What are the joys and challenges of songwriting?
The joy of it is I just get to put my thoughts on paper and in words and put it in music. And the challenges of it sometimes can be, I don't know, the challenges could be just finding people for the songs to me, and also getting people to resonate sometimes with it, because now a lot of people listen to mainstream radio. They don't listen to a lot of underground. Like, I've met people who don't even know that underground music exists. So the only thing they listen to is mainstream music. So they're kind of just want to hear that type of music. So when you play in them other kind of music based off how you feel, it don't really want to resonate with them, because they don't want to hear that. They want to hear what they used to hearing on the radio, and that's very challenging for me as an artist too, because sometimes I have to dumb down how I have to sometimes have to make music that I don't really want to make and create, because people don't base what they want to hear off of how they feel anymore. They want to hear what everybody else is liking.
Can you talk about the experience of writing a really personal song?
I wrote a personal song about a relationship one time, and I think that experience to me was, I think it's an experience where you can put a lot of your feelings and emotions into something, but you also gotta, when you record the song, you have to feel it too in the recording, so people can feel your feeling. And trying to bring my feelings out into a song is kind of, the most important thing to me, because I want my listeners to be able to feel what I'm feeling. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And is there any fear about releasing a personal song out to the world?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because now you have people, it's your feelings. It's just like talking to to someone about how you feel. It's the same way. You don't really want to talk to people about that. You don't really want to, have people in your zone. Music is the same way. Music is very personal for songwriters. It's very personal. Like even producers and who make beats and stuff, their beats are very personal to them. So, you're letting people get into your personal state.
Now, what are your music career goals?
My goals now as a music career is just to, start becoming successful, as much as success as I can get as an artist, and then open my own label. And I have already started my own label, so right now I'm like the only artist on my label. So eventually I do want to sign other artists and step back from the limelight and just focus merely on producing and songwriting. And also, you just have a successful label, basically.
Now, what advice do you have for a female aspiring artist or a female musician who's just getting their start in their music career?
Do not let no one change you, because that's what they will do. As a female artist, they're the first thing they're going to want to do is change you. I've been to meetings with DJs, and they're like, well, let me see what size you are. Let me see how your stomach looks. Let me see how your body looks. They don't really want to hear your music. They want you to change and be sexual and be all those things. And you have to learn in the music that it's very male dominated. So in this industry, as females, we have to demand our respect. For them to treat us as an equal. And that's the very most key thing, is to demand your respect in this industry. Do not let no one tell you that you have to be no Cardi B. You don't have to be Nicki Minaj. You don't have to be nobody but yourself to make it in this industry.
That's some really great advice.
Thank you very much. And I know that that's the first thing that industry people will try to do is change you.
Can you share your social media links?
Sure. Everything Cherry Gotbarz. Facebook is Cherry Gotbarz with a Z, so it'll be Gotbarz. Instagram Cherry Gotbarz, and then Twitter you can add me at Cherry Gotbarz. On all social media platforms, I'm on all of them.
Is there anyone you'd like to acknowledge for offering financial or emotional support to you in your music career?
Absolutely, my mentors. I have my mentor Quentin, my Big Nice. He's out there. Quentin is in Alabama. Big Nice is in North Carolina. They mentored me a lot. Showed me the business side of music, how to make money, how to monetize off of it, how to collect my royalties. That's very important as an artist. You should know the business side of music before you even try to become an artist, because if not, you will be getting taken advantage of, and you will spend a lot of money that you don't even spend. So I would definitely want to acknowledge them, because without them, I would not be this far in my career.
Is there anything else you'd like to promote or share?
No, we promoted it. We talked about it. That was it. I want everybody to go stream it. Go Shawty. It's on all platforms. Cherry Gotbarz, go Shawty. So if you on Spotify, you listen to Tidal, iHeartRadio, Deezer, YouTube, wherever you listen to your music at, I'm there.
Well, I would like to give a very big thank you to my guests for joining me today here on the Creative Collective. As always, write your comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. And for all of your promotion, marketing, as well as music career consulting needs, email ennisproductions@gmail.com.